Two boys from different streets, same burning light. Rohit with a calm hand, Virat with a fight. Rohit debuted in '07 Belfast, a young dream took flight. Virat answered in '08 Sri Lanka, the first spark in white. Dedication in their stance, the bat that wrote new songs. Breaking records, lifting hopes where every heartbeat belongs. Legend etched in willow and in time. Inspiration, every boundary, every climb. From Hobart's roaring night to Eden's blazing day, they carried the country's pulse in their play. Dedication, legend, inspiration, singing loud, singing free. Two bats, one story, Rohit and Virat for all eternity.
Rohit Sharma was building up. Virat Kohli was already shaping up his career, not as consistent as he is in recent times, but in the latest stages of his career. But he was shaping up. Both were shaping up their careers, and then came the 2011 World Cup. One was picked and one was dropped. Virat Kohli was picked for the World Cup, and Rohit Sharma was dropped from the World Cup. So, your thoughts on that?
It was fortunate for Virat Kohli that he will be picked up, okay, because
Hmm.
he was also considered as a good batting option as well as a fielder. He was far above the scale. He was
Yes.
far above the scale, Virat Kohli. And the 100 against Bangladesh in the opening game
Oh,
showed
yes.
that what kind of class he has. So that was what was needed from his end to be the part of Indian cricket on a
Exactly.
permanent role.
Exactly. And that was followed by the legendary Virendra Sehwag's 175. What an innings that was. That 175. Virendra Sehwag for 2011 World Cup.
That still gives me goosebumps
Every single game
because
he was
the
hitting a
way
boundary of
he
the first ball.
started,
First ball boundary. That was World Cup is remembered for that. Virat Kohli, Virendra Sehwag first over boundary, first ball boundary.
my father used to always tell me that if he doesn't hit this for boundary, the next ball he will be out. And that Pakistan match, I was shouting at my father at the top of my lungs that why did you mention this right now?
Yeah. So Virat Kohli started off well, and he did not get much opportunities in that World Cup. He played here and there. It was because he was batting very low in the batting order, and he failed here and there. No such big contributions in throughout the World Cup, but the very important contribution of 36 in the final. That 36 was very much required when Sachin Tendulkar also got out. Virendra Sehwag also got out. So he had to stitch a partnership with Gautam Gambhir, and he did it really, really well. So that
And
led to
he had done that role of his pretty good because we needed that strike rotation player at that moment because
hmm,
Gautam Gambhir was hitting Muthaiya Mullidhan from boundaries and taking those singles,
hmm.
but there should be one on the other end who will hold his wicket. Virat Kohli was doing that pretty well. Unfortunately, he got out to Dilshan, I think,
Yes, the diving catch. He tried to
that
flick
outside
him.
edge,
Yeah, he tried to flick him
that
and
outside edge of
outside edge, and he just dived in on his right.
it was quite unlucky because he was doing quite well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was doing quite well. It was a bit unfortunate. He was batting really well. He was middling on. So actually, we don't have much to discuss about Rohit Sharma before 2013 because the career was already topsy turvy. Rohit Sharma, by the way,
And
had
during that time, he wasn't even introduced in the mainstream Indian cricket because
yes, he
after I
was
think
due.
2000,
He was due to play Test cricket in 2010, but on the morning of the Test match, he injured himself, rolled his ankle, and then he could not play the Test match. And then he made his debut 3 years later. So,
seriously,
yeah, so that was the Rohit Sharma of before pre 2013. He was quite up and down, scoring here and there, one, two innings here and there. He was scoring, and before and was in West Indies also he scored decently after the World Cup. After the 2011 World Cup, his scores were 68, 7, 86, 39, 57. So he scored decently in those 5 games post the World Cup. which India went to West Indies. And on the return of West Indies to India, he scored 90 and 95. So he was trying to make a statement there that you did wrong while dropping me. But then after that, post that series, he again dropped down. He did not score that much consistently, and it was quite off color. But Virat Kohli was shaping up. But here's a difference, which is a big shift in Virat Kohli's career, which came. It came in the year of 2012, I believe. In the year of 2012, Virat Kohli has said this in an interview that he saw himself in the mirror and he said that no, if I want to be the best player in the world, this can't continue, because he thought that his fitness levels are not as good as it should be if you want to be an international cricketer. And he changed everything. His diet,
Next level player.
become a next level player after that, and it showed in his game. That innings against in the Tri series, which was very horrible for us. The Tri series, I don't want to remember that Tri series because for a lot of reasons. MS Dhoni had a vision of 2015 World Cup, is what is being told in the media, that MS Dhoni wanted to prepare a squad which would be there in the 2015 World Cup. So he was chopping and changing players here and there, and he introduced the rotation policy where two of the three, Gautam Gambhir, Virendra Sehwag, and Sachin Tendulkar, will only be able to play in those games. One of them will have to sit out. That was the rotation policy which was introduced back then. Thank God Virat Kohli was not in the top three at that time, so he could play in the lower order. And that experiment failed miserably. Sachin Tendulkar was 39. He was about to end his career the next year itself. One day career ended that year itself. I think it was the Asia Cup where he finished his career just months later,
Yes.
Sachin Tendulkar. So he actually he did not announce his retirement then. He announced his retirement just before the three-match one-day series against Pakistan 6 months later. The squad was about to be announced, and just 1 or 2 weeks before, just Sachin Tendulkar made an announcement that he is retiring from one days. So coming back to Virat Kohli, that one innings of Virat Kohli in that try series, which failed miserably for us because we lost because of the experiment. We lost that try series. We could not qualify for the final. But one notable innings came against Sri Lanka at Hobart. That hundred and that beautiful 100 where Sri Lanka scored 300 something runs, and India had to chase it down in 40 overs to have a shot of qualifying into the final. And then came the Virat Kohli's innings of 133. Astonishing
36
innings.
balls against Sri Lanka. Against that Sri Lanka, when Kulasekara Malinga was at
Exactly.
their peak
Exactly. They were at their peak and they
and
were,
chasing 321 runs in 36.4 overs.
yes, they chased it on 36.4 overs. Yes, they did.
Which is quite majestic during that time. But it showed that how this lad, I mean Virat Kohli, will shape up Indian cricket in the future days.
Exactly. And then it was one of the best innings, and I've never seen someone treat Malinga like a bowling machine in a long time, because Malinga was at his peak back then, 2012. So
Because Malinga was trying everything. He was bowling death yorkers to his ankle. I think he was targeting his
yes,
ankle, but still he is like, okay, you are hitting on my ankle. I will
I'll
hit it
flick
for
you.
four.
And the way he was, I think that made a huge difference, that Kohli's wrists are so good. That was very evident in this game. For flicking those Yorkers for four and timing them of the middle of the blade every single time, that showed that this guy is something else. This guy is different. And
He
chasing
was on
down,
his own league at that time.
he
He
was in
was.
his own league.
I had a feeling that I think he had been preparing in the nets for Malinga, and then he came out of to the pitch.
Yeah, and he went into some different mode, and he just transformed himself into a player which was to come in the coming years. And then came the Asia Cup 183, where Tendulkar scored his final 50 of his ODI career. He scored a 51. And in that
Yeah.
same game, Virat Kohli scored 183. That was the beginning of Virat Kohli's dominance in international cricket. But we should not forget Virat Kohli's Test debut in 2011. He made his Test debut against West Indies in 2011 and then came to Australia, one hard fought innings at MCG and another 100 at Adelaide. So it was one of the beginnings of Virat Kohli's dominance across formats. And that Australia was something else. That Australia still had Ricky Ponting playing. Mitchell Stark had just burst onto the scene. Ryan Harris at the top of his game. Mitchell Johnson was already playing well. Ben Hilfenhaus was bowling really well. So that team was something else. It had every top level player.
Australia is
Mike
always good
Hussey,
on on their own turf.
exactly. So that innings which I was talking about is a 44 in the first innings and 75, and that came at Waka, Perth, not at MCG. And Waka, Perth in 2011-12 was still a good pitch to play on. Very, very fast and bouncy. So on a wearing Waka wicket, he scored a 75. And then, of course, in Adelaide, when everyone failed, Virat Kohli stood out on top and scored a beautiful 100. His technique was so good against fast bowlers, and especially the spinners as well. On a pitch which was doing a lot of things, it was moving up and down. The bounce was really high. The ball was coming really quick onto the bat, and he was really doing extraordinary things with the bat at that time. It was amazing to see such class in such a young age. And that was the beginning of Virat Kohli's dominance. And then came the beginning of Rohit Sharma's international career, which took a second birth. I consider it as a reborn of
Was a revival point of his
revival point of
career.
Rohit Sharma's career. Out of nowhere, after 2013, when Virender Sehwag was dropped from the squad, Gautam Gambhir was shown the door because he was not performing really, really well. He was going through a horrible dip. Out of nowhere, Mahendra Singh Dhoni announced that Shikhar Dhawan will make his international debut. He made his debut in 2010. Shikhar Dhawan made his debut in 2010, but did not play a lot of games. So he was brought back into the squad. He said, "Okay, you will open the innings, and Rohit Sharma will also open the innings." And Virat Kohli will play at number three. That was a huge shift coming into a new international tournament, an ICC Champions Trophy. A top three was a new top three, and it clicked so well for India when Rohit Sharma took it like a fish takes to
So
water.
well, I think 80% of the India's whole tournament runs were scored by these three.
Yeah, exactly. And in this, those three just took it like an opportunity, like no one just it was like they were waiting for this opportunity. Just wanted
Yeah,
to.
they went like a fighter jet, cut through the butter like a knife. I think I should go on a Sidhupaji mode right now.
Yeah. More like Ravi Shastri. Yeah.
No, no,
Sidhu.
then I should carry a bottle with me right now.
And a steel glass. And a steel glass, of course. And
To basic
2013
healing.
Champions Trophy was really, really memorable for both Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. They were really, really good. And now I would like to talk about, if now that we have entered 2013, we should definitely talk about the 2013 ODI series versus Australia. The 7 match ODI series where Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and Shikhar Dhawan, all three of them shared innumerable partnerships, and they just hit a Zen mode. They just hit a berserk mode, these three of them. I have never seen such a high scoring series in my life after that. That was the pinnacle of high scoring ODIs being played. Every single ODI was scores were above 300,
And
350.
we got a feeling that this series might be a turning point for both India as well as Australia's career in the cricketing field, because the way those these teams were scoring, I think how many scores? You tell me. I think Virat Kohli scored in a total of in a whole 2013 he scored 12 more than 1200 runs, averaging 52.
Hmm.
4 centuries and 750s,
Exactly.
which
Exactly.
is
It's to
quite and this is only I'm talking about ODIs. Okay,
ODIs. Yes.
yeah. In Test, he was in a legendary mode. Played 8 Tests, 616 runs with 2 centuries and two
Yes.
big centuries.
Exactly. So just Virat Kohli was beginning to enter that berserk mode actually, and that ODI series was very special for India as far as the top three are concerned. Shikhar Dhawan played really really well. Virat Kohli played really well, and Rohit Sharma got his double hundred. Rohit Sharma got his double hundred, the first double hundred of his career.
209.
The 209 against Australia and Bangalore, the Bangalore
Yeah.
ODI was one of the magical innings I've seen. And Mitchell Johnson, what as it was at his peak at that time. He was bowling rockets in that time, and it was just before the Ashes where Mitchell Johnson ended a uh,
Future years.
few careers of English batsmen. So before that, he was bowling really fast in India, and it was a comeback of Yuvraj Singh, I believe. Yuvraj Singh was just coming back from cancer, and he had went to France with Zahir Khan to reduce his weight and increase his fitness. He came back, but he was never the same player after that. It was very much evident in his style of play. He was looking thinner, but the game was gone from him. And it was very evident against the bouncing ball of Mitchell Johnson. He was struggling a bit. If you have seen that
Was
ODI
the way
series.
he used to face bouncers. He was the one only player during 2007-8 that only player who could face short bouncers
Yes.
quite effortlessly. But after that cancer, I think he
Hmm.
lost his charm.
Yeah. He gained a lot of weight after that, and that's very much evident because he have not played a lot of cricket in the last 1.5 years. And then he came back against New Zealand. But he then went to France for 7 months with Zahir Khan. Both of them lost weights and they increased their fitness and came back. But the skill wise, they were not the same anymore. They were not the same anymore. And Zahir Khan still had one or two good series after that, but Yuvraj Singh was done at that time. So coming back to the series, that series India won 3-2. Rohit Sharma got a double hundred. Virat Kohli scored some quick fire hundreds in that ODI series. Very much quick fire. The
He got the
100
fastest ODI 100 for
one.
Indian
Yep,
cricket team. Before it was
exactly,
held by Virendra Sehwag.
exactly. So he got one at Nagpur, uh, one at Nagpur, and and one at Jaipur as well. But if you remember correctly, the reason why Rohit Sharma got 209 because he ran Virat Kohli out for a duck in that game. And
Is it a duck? I think he scored, I think, near 20, 30 odd
no,
runs.
no, he went out
After
for
that,
a
he
duck.
got out.
No, no, he went out for a duck. It was a clear run out, and then I remember his reaction at that time. And then I also remember the reaction of Virat Kohli when Rohit Sharma got his double hundred. So it was amazing to see the camaraderie between the two. Those partnerships between these two have been very much remarkable because two different playing styles, right? One plays from the crease and relies on timing and all, just positions his head and body accordingly, and one completely relied on footwork and grace. So very and bit risky. So two very complete different styles of batting complemented each other a lot.
But time, like every innings, finds its close. We feel the hush we once slow. Still here for ODIs. And oh, how we want more days to show. So raise a glass for bat and heart, for breaking records, love and pain. For Rohit and Virat, dedication's name. May the twilight last longer, may their echoes still remain.